Learn about dementia, residential care, settling in and continuing to care. In this video, you will learn tips and hear personal stories about ways to continue to care for a family member in residential care.
Moving into an unfamiliar environment can be confusing and stressful for a person with dementia. The best care is achieved when you form a partnership with the staff at the residential facility. We call this shared care. This is particularly important when your family member is settling in. It's common for them to say, "I want to go home," or to ask, "Why am I here?" And this can be very difficult for carers. Approach the staff to explain the needs of your family member, as they may not be able to express themselves clearly. Be specific. For example, tell them if it's important for them to have lipstick every day, or that they like their cup of tea before bedtime. Staff can help you develop a realistic idea of what care is possible in a communal environment. You can attend resident and family meetings to participate in discussions about the day-to-day running of the facility.
The benefit was that the permanent care staff, it was a dementia-specific unit she was in, and the care staff were amazing. They knew every trick in the book. They knew how to talk to her. And it wasn't until after she died we realised how much actual interaction she had, because she wandered at night. So there was a whole night staff that we didn't know anything about that talked to her and made her cups of tea in the middle of the night and things. So that was the benefit of her being in permanent care, was that they knew she was a permanent resident, and so they took the time and made the time to actually get to know her and to try and engage her in things. But she was angry. I felt her anger at being in this place where she didn't want to be, and she wanted to go home. So she paced, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. But we knew that she couldn't be at home because Dad couldn't manage her, and he wouldn't agree to any other solution that we had suggested.
The wrench is then, okay, what is my role now that Bill is there? How do I care for him now in this situation where his physical day-to-day needs are being looked after? I don't have to shower him anymore. I don't have to dress him anymore. But I still want to participate in his life. And I decided companionship was the most important thing. So then my thinking was, how do I best do that? And that comes down to, how often do I visit? What do I do when we're together, when I do visit? Some people find being on their own hard. I don't. I don't find being on my own hard. But what is hard is not, and it's whether Bill is at home or not at home, is not being able to share the really important things in life. 16 months ago, we had our first grandchild, and I don't think Bill has registered that. That's what's hard.
You, your family and friends can still be involved with activities at the residential facility. Many families bring pets to visit or help out at mealtimes. You can socialise with the other residents during special functions such as happy hour or celebration.
The support that really matters to me is friendship in its different forms. Being with Bill is a support, to be honest. I love being with him. I really love being with him.
I actually had to get some professional counselling, external counselling, to help me deal with actually the transition into care. That was something I found very hard. I think particularly because I was going against my dad's wishes. I knew that wasn't what he wanted, but as I said, because we had these two competing needs, we had two people who needed support, and it wasn't going to work any other way.
It's often painful, and it's often exhausting, and it's often not clear what it's best to do, and clarity really matters to me. But I don't feel guilty, because I don't like making decisions on behalf of Bill, but I feel a deep commitment to doing that as well as I can. And I'd have probably felt more guilty in the long run if I hadn't made the decision about residential care, because the way I look at it now is that if Bill had stayed at home, we'd have had a lot of time together, but probably very grey and very impoverished in some ways. Whereas where he is now, I visit him often, and I feel like those times together are high quality Technicolor times together. So in my mind, I think, given the choices, I've made the best choice for him. So I don't feel guilty, but it doesn't mean to say it's simple, and I don't go back over it and think, could I have done it differently? Could I have done it better?
The best care is achieved when family and staff work together. Residential care gives families the opportunity to spend quality time with the person with dementia. Seek appropriate support for yourself. Contact Alzheimer's Australia Vic for support.